I'm getting a little concerned. We're at 20 miles and it still says 100%. 23 miles down and now we're going uphill. This has got to be murdering this battery. There ain't no way. We're at 49.5. We're almost at about 30 miles in and it's still saying 100%. Welcome to the land of the ice and snow where the bike will go. So basically 22% got us almost 40 miles. Wow. I mean, come on, we went off-road. We went up hills that would have drained any other bike within like half a block. Multiple hills at that. Extreme mileage. And barely broke the surface on the battery on this with pedal assist. That's absolutely amazing. Well, howdy doody guys, how's everybody doing? Check out this bad boy. Welcome back to another Test Ride Tuesday. Finally got a break in some weather and it's feeling pretty nice out here. Anyway, check this bad boy out. This is the Revibikes Rebel 2.0 Pro. This thing is pretty snazzy. As you can tell, this one actually has a back pegs, a 52 volt 750 watt motor, 3-inch tan walled tires. This thing looks pretty slick. Nice little bamboo surface on the back. And I tell you what, this seat is one of the comfiest I've ever placed my rump upon. Folds up, super lightweight. They claim 60 to 80 miles on this thing. And one of the most interesting things, this thing has a key fob. So when you turn this on, you have to place this upon the screen here, and then it turns on. But you can turn that off. It does have some pretty good security features. And it does shut off by itself if it sits for too long, so that's kind of nice. So what you do, you hold the power button, the screen turns on, grab your key fob wherever you may have it, put it to the screen, she turns on. Pretty interesting. Also, you have a key that must be inserted the whole time. That's another security feature. She does have a torque sensor. Disc hydraulic brakes. Got a horn. Got a bell. 7-speed Shimano shift system. Twist throttle, turn signals, and integrated brake lights. Headlight. I will say this one did come with a bunch of extra stuff. Like you can do a mirror. It came with a phone holder, a bike cleaning kit, even a back bag for it, and a bike lock. Although in the manual it does show this with a folding seat, but it doesn't. But I'm not sure why this one does not. So you have to remove the seat on this one to be able to pull the battery out. Bada bing. This just sits on a rack, but it does make it easy to charge this instead of having to lug the bike around. Let's fold this bad boy up real quick, and we're gonna get to cruising her. Step a little latch, flips around. Bada bing, bada boom, and this thing is freaking pretty light. It does have a nice little wire protector under here, so when you do fold it up, it protects your wires. Double-sided chain guard. Also, these pedals do fold up. All right, now for the fun part. Let's ride this bad boy. All right, real quick before we head out, this thing is at 100% with 22.9 miles. I did have 21 miles on this thing, and it still said 100% battery. So that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I have had these things say that it's not draining at all and then just completely die on me, but we're gonna test that. Pedal assist 5, let's climb this hill. Not a problem. Yeah, I think pedal assist 1 is at 12 miles per hour. Pedal assist 2 is kind of staying steady at 17. Pedal assist 3, staying steady at 20. Pedal assist 4, 23 miles per hour. Pedal assist 5, supposed to hit 28. We're not ghost pedaling. 28. Yeah, kind of capping out 28 miles per hour. Downhill brake test. At about 16. Instantly stopped. Nice. Everything's frozen. This does have a front shock, and it feels not too shabby. It is chilly in the shade. Woo-wee. Alright, let's shut this thing completely off and see how it is to pedal without any electric. Ugh. I mean, not bad. Has to be expected. Actually, a lot more cozier than most. One feels comfortable. That's not bad at all. In case she does die, this is a pretty easy bike to pedal. We did start at about 21-ish miles, so we'll see what we get and figure out what we got going on along the way. But just a twist throttle, this thing only does about 20, but with pedal assist, 28. A no hands test. No death wobble, and seems to be pretty well balanced. Nice. It's perfect when you gotta put your gloves on. Oh, let's do a little bit of a sand test. Even though I feel like this bike is showroom quality and you wouldn't really want to bring it into the sand, but she does have some 3-inch tires, so it should be able to handle some sand pretty easy. I got on pedal assist 3, and 4-wheelers come down here and tear this up. She's doing it pretty good. I'm gonna kick it up a notch. Pedal assist 4. Oh yeah, not a problem. Woohoo! She gets through it. Oh, sheesh kebab. Oh, she's doing it. She may not like it, but she's doing it. Woo-wee. Such a pretty bike. You can change the voltage of this motor from 52 volts to 48 volts. So that is pretty cool. You can tinker with the settings a bit, save a little bit of battery. Not that it really matters, because this thing gets up and goes even though it's at 48 volts. Welcome to the land of the ice and snow where the bike will go. Bow, 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 bow. Well, we are sitting at about 12 miles with this bad boy, and it still says that it is at 100%. I don't know if you can be able to see that with the sun or some matrixing, but we've been at pedal assist 3, going about 20 miles per hour the whole time basically. Still says 100%. Makes me a little bit iffy. Like I said, I've had these things die on me. Not saying that's gonna happen, but never know. But onward we go. Finally, some decent weather to actually get out and test these things. Most of you know we do a lot of e-bike camping and things like that, kind of just out of nowhere. But hey, they're gonna send them, we're gonna camp with them and have a good old time. We have yet to camp with this bike, but that'll be coming soon, so stay tuned if interested. These handlebars do raise. I don't know if I should do this while I'm riding, and we do a front flip. Don't try this at home, kids. But she does go up, down, all around town, whatever you want to do. I'm actually going to raise it up. Yeah, wee-hoo! Chill mode now, kind of just cruising. I'm getting a little concerned. We're at 20 miles and it still says 100%. Hasn't even dropped 1 bar yet. But we're gonna keep sending it and see what happens. If we get stranded, I'm gonna have to pedal like a regular peasant. What a sloppy mess. Make it real sloppy for you. This bike is waterproof and dustproof, but they don't recommend submerging it, as one could expect. On the outskirts of town, making a big old loop, and this thing still hasn't even dropped a bar. Getting concerned. Concerned or impressed? I don't know yet. Freaked out a little, but see what happens. 23 miles down, and now we're going uphill. This has got to be murdering this battery. "37 miles per hour, pure carnage." Ah, don't hit a bump. Another hill. And another long and massive hill. If this doesn't kill this battery, I don't know. It still says 100%. Forty miles per hour. Alright, something ain't right here. There ain't no way. We're at 49.5. We're almost at about 30 miles in. And it's still saying 100%. Either this is the greatest mileage e-bike there ever was to be, or something. I don't know. I did swap this to 48 volts, so I wonder if it's not communicating at 48 volts. I'm going to swap that back and see what happens. 48 volt, 52 volt. Well, at 52 volts, it's saying at 73%. That's still incredible. 48 volts, I mean, only use up 25% at 30 miles, and pedal assist 3 going 20 miles per hour the whole time, except for going down hills. That is absolutely insane. I am wow, I'm really impressed. I knew something wasn't right, so at least now we know that it's not communicating with the 48 volts, but down at 52 volts, at least we could swap it to 52 volts and see what's going on. But that is still incredibly amazing mileage. Holy crap. We're gonna keep this at 52 volts for the remainder of our ride, just to see how much the 52 compared to the 48 volt, how much that it eats up. I mean, it was at 48, we got 30 miles basically at just over 25%. That is incredible. Man, I am extremely impressed with this bike. Man, I can't believe this bike. That is extremely insane. And the battery doesn't look it either. I mean, but holy crap. That's wild. Great, great bike so far. A bit of a gravel test. Not a problem. Same settings, pedal assist 3, but at 52 volts. I will say that the 52 volts is kind of eating up the battery, as to be expected, a little faster, but not bad. What you doing, puppy? What you doing? Holy moly, we have made it back. One heck of a friggin' loop. Almost 35-mile loop. Well, she was showroom quality, but she's pretty dirty now. But she did come with a cleaning kit. I mean, come on, we went off-road. We went up hills that would have drained any other bike within like half a block. Multiple hills at that. Extreme mileage. And barely broke the surface on the battery on this with pedal assist. That's absolutely amazing. Well, guys, holy moly, I've never had a bike actually do what they say the mileage, and usually they test it on the lowest settings, and that's how they get that mileage. And I mean, we've done, oh, she just shut off on us, but basically 35 miles and still have 65% left in this battery. Most of that time we were at 48 volts and that wasn't communicating, but we learned. I mean, overall, this is a great bike for what it is. I am super impressed with this thing. I've had bikes that I was worried, but I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Most of you guys that ever watch these videos, I don't usually hype these up too much, but this one is pretty good. And with the seat, my rump still feels plump. Doesn't feel like I should get pounded in Alcatraz. Extremely great bike, folds up, great mileage, comfy seat, all the bells and whistles. This thing's got the missiles. And foot pegs for a passenger. I mean, come on. A couple brewskis, couple cruiskies. No, I'm just kidding, don't do that. Leave it to the professional. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in something like this, I highly recommend this bike. We'll be doing some camping with this thing soon, but right here is really going to tell you all about it. The link to this thing will be in the description. Get out there, make every day great exploring Earth. Laugh, smile often, have a good old time. Make every day great exploring Earth. Yet again, bye-bye. Quick update here. I did swap it back to 48 volt, and it seems to be communicating now. So basically, 22% got us almost 40 miles. Wow. Have a good day.